There is a place, not here or there, but somewhere in between. There is a space in the thin air that really can't be seen. If you listen and observe, you may be surprised. Some may call it Camelot or even paradise. Some may say you cross a bridge, others through a door. But all I know about this place is that I call it Evermore. Evermore.
Good evening, sweet spirits. Welcome to the show. My name is Suzanne Sorrell, and I'm the host of the Evermore Paranormal Network. On this episode, I will be talking with some members of Legendary Earth, Akamu, Quincy, and Allie Lee. So let's welcome them to the show. Hi, guys.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming. So I always start my shows off with, how did we meet? It hasn't been too long ago.
Yeah.
You guys are pretty fresh.
About a month, so I remember.
Yeah, so where did we meet? How did we meet?
I think we met at the antique show at the Dulles Expo Center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were just walking around finding all the antiques, and then we came across yours, and we saw the big Stranger Things poster there, and we got attracted to it, and then we just, I guess, started talking.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as we mentioned the word ghost, it took off from there.
Right there.
Well, an hour or two that we talked, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
So I know, I try to sell stuff, paranormal related stuff now, but I still have other things that aren't. So, I was there selling things at the show, and I'm glad you guys stopped in and we just hit it off. We did talk for at least an hour or more.
No sitting, all standing.
I know, yes, definitely. So I wanted to know, we just met, a month or two ago. It hasn't been too long, and I don't know you personally at all, really, except for what I've read on Facebook or YouTube, watched you on YouTube. So where were you guys born and raised?
I was born in Pawnee City, Nebraska, and raised in Kapolei on the island of Oahu in Hawaii.
Wow, go from Nebraska to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Is your family in the military or something? You moved around a lot?
Yes, my dad adopted me, married my mom in Hawaii, and after that, I just kind of moved all around the mainland and realized I probably shouldn't have left Hawaii.
Is that, I was going to ask you about the origin of your name, Akamu. Does that have anything to do with Hawaiian?
Yeah, it's
Kinda
Hawaiian
sounds
for
Hawaiian.
Adam. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, and you just gave away your
Yeah,
your
I did
other
my
given
secret
name.
identity away.
So Akamu means Adam in
Yes.
Hawaiian. Cool. How about you? Where were you born and raised?
I was born in Mexico City,
Cool.
and I lived there for 7 years, and then moved to Italy for 3 years, and I moved to DC, and I've been here for the rest of my life.
Wow, you guys got some great, interesting backgrounds. I'm born and raised here and grew up here. I've been to England a few times, but that's my second home. But I really admire people that have lived in other places and learned the cultures and so on. So, did you both go to high school here then in DC area? Or?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
I went to high school in Oak Harbor, Washington, and Leonardtown, Maryland.
Oh, okay. And so once you guys got out of high school, did you go to college or vocational school or anything? What did you want to be, or do you know yet? Still looking?
I am where I am right now with the paranormal. I'm happy with where I am now with that. I do want to go forward with that especially. But besides the paranormal, I'm a very artsy person, so I love creating stuff. That's what I just want to create and be both parts, both passions in my life.
Well, that's great. That's what I do with the singing and the paranormal, and kind of combine what your passions are.
Yeah.
If you find your passion, which I know you've found from what we've talked about, that it never feels like work.
Nope.
You enjoy your life and do what you want to do. How about you? Did you go to any kind of vocational school, college, or anything? Study something beyond high school?
While I was in high school, I actually went to the Dr. James A. Forrest Career and Technology Center for Graphic Communications. And before Graphic Communications, I actually took TV video production as well. I extended my stay there, minoring in Graphic Communications, and got a certificate for that upon graduation from high school.
Wow.
And later on down the line, after the military, I joined the Art Institute of Washington for video production. I've been wanting to go there since high school, so I'm glad I was able to experience and do that. And that's pretty much my college experience related to my career goals in life.
Right, and you mentioned you were in the military?
Yes, Air Force.
Ah, I wanted to join the Air Force, actually.
Yeah.
That was my first career, well, maybe first right out of high school aspiration.
I waited.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we all, we're all in the paranormal and we're passionate about it, but what do you guys do during the day? What do you guys do? Nobody really does this full time and makes a living at it. There's very few people, maybe I can count on one hand. So you got to kind of have a day job. What do you guys do, during the day? Or
Uber.
night.
Yeah.
Or night, shall we say. Okay, well, I had a million jobs. I used to do a lot of temp work, and I was in the government and so on, but you keep doing things until it funds what you want to do, right? So other than ghost hunting, which we're going to get into, do you have any other hobbies?
I have an Etsy shop where I customize dolls.
I saw those. Those are really cute. I actually do. Did you see my page too? I do dead diva dolls, which actually a friend of mine is an artist, and I kind of tried it myself, but mine aren't as good as my friend's. She'll be on the show in a few episodes from now. She's coming in from somewhere Catskills area, and she'll be coming in and showing how she does her dolls and so on.
Cool.
How about you? Do you have any other hobbies besides the ghost hunting?
I mean, I really like filming different types of videos for YouTube, and I also have a creative side. I love doing graphic design work and just drawing and animating and photography as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that all comes in handy with the paranormal stuff too, because it really promoting and making stuff look good so people want to watch your videos or want to see your show, etc., promoting yourselves. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
My journey skating for the gold taught me a lot, but my journey with breast cancer has been one of my greatest teachers.
Every woman's breast cancer is unique. Be Wiser educates and empowers women to take control of their breast cancer treatment plan and help navigate their own path beyond 5 years.
Talk to your doctor about information and tests to personalize a treatment plan that fits your needs. I did. Be informed, be wiser, support survivors like us.
Hi, welcome back. We're talking with Akamu and Allie of Legendary Earth. So, Akamu, tell me, obviously the name of your team is Legendary Earth, or can you explain that to me, all the different things that you do?
Yes, our team is Legendary Earth. One of our series on YouTube is called Legendary Earth, named after the team. It's more of our official Ground Zero kind of series, where we have organized set investigations for the paranormal. Another series that we do as Legendary Earth is called Haunted Expeditions. It's similar to Legendary Earth, but a lot less planned and more of a whatever happens, happens. We don't even know what's gonna happen. Raw footage.
So when was this Legendary Earth Haunted Expeditions, when were they established? About how long have you been doing this?
It's been Legendary Earth since 2013. That's when I came up with a name for it and decided, I'm gonna do this on YouTube. Before that, I was just kind of documenting for my own curiosity and answering my own questions since 2010, so about 3 years into it.
How did the name come about? I'm curious.
I'm a very
So you're finding out stuff you don't even
Yeah.
know,
I
right?
don't even know.
yeah. She joined in about 2015.
Yeah, I was going to ask her when she joined in. So.
Yeah. But yeah, the way I came up with the name, I'm very, I guess, analytical, I would say. I knew the name had to be catchy. I observed other names of other shows that had a nice ring to it. I looked at the syllable usage and everything. And I just wrote down a list of words that I felt described, you know, well, Legendary Earth, not at the time, obviously, but like, and Legendary Earth just had that ring to it. It was, you know, something that I would like to do internationally someday. I love travel. It's going to be part of that. And basically the overall thing about what we do is legends through paranormal or supernatural or cryptid.
So in that name gives it more of a broad generalization so that you can cover things like mine, you know, Evermore Paranormal, people think that's all I'm going to talk about is ghosts, which usually is the case, but I also have expanded to other things as well, like even aliens and UFOs, because the more I talk to people about UFOs and aliens, we're finding out that maybe there's an interrelationship there.
With the paranormal.
Right.
Yeah.
So Allie, you joined, when did you join?
I joined 2015.
Okay. And what do you, I know you're the founder, founder, and you're both investigators.
Yeah.
And you also have some psychic abilities as well, and that's always good to have. I always want to go, I don't have really a set psychic on my team, but I do have a lot of friends that are psychics, so I like to drag one on with me. I like to have that other, you know, sense that I do have some abilities too, but I don't trust them enough yet to go, I'm psychic and I know that so-and-so's in the room with me right now or whatever.
It takes some getting used to.
Yes, definitely. So I always ask my guests if they are believers or skeptics and why about the paranormal or supernatural, whatever you want to. So who feels like answering that question?
I'll answer it. I would say I'm definitely a believer. I just, even as a kid, like, I've always believed in others besides humans, you know, besides the living human. I always believed in, like, you know, that even though it's fairy tales, for me, I still can believe in, like, vampires and witches and folklore, all that. I never had a doubt that they didn't exist, you know. I mean, obviously some more than others, but with paranormal, again, I learned at a very young age about spirits, about the dead, about all that, and I just never really questioned it, like, if it wasn't real. I just was used to it. I don't know if it was because I was fed with the movies and TV shows, and plus being an October baby, that's all I know, you know.
Yeah, I think I saw, you're a Libra?
Yeah, I'm an intense October baby.
I'm a Libra too, so I can relate to you and the artsy side and all that.
So Halloween was like, it's like part of me, you know. So growing up with Halloween and the ghosts and the goblins and witches, all that, it was just like, you know.
Your birthday's in October then?
Yeah.
Near Halloween?
Near Halloween.
I was so jealous, I have to say. I'm so jealous because my birthday's September 30th. My brother's, he's passed away a while back, his birthday was October 30th. And I was like, oh, I want to be the October birthday. I was so jealous. I wanted the Halloween birthday. Yeah. And every year, like on my 16th birthday, I didn't want a sweet 16 party. I said, Mom, wait, I want a big Halloween costume party. So, yeah, I can understand how you love that.
Yeah.
How about you? Are you a believer or a skeptic?
I've been a believer since I was 5 years old.
And probably because you had an experience, maybe?
Yes, and almost pretty much every year after that.
Wow. So that's what my next question is. What was your first paranormal experience? Like, you were 5, and where were you? Sounds like you've been all over the country. So what state were you in at that point, I assume?
I was in Hawaii.
Are you in Hawaii?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about that first paranormal experience.
Well, I remember I would get up in the middle of the night for a drink of water, use the restroom. I don't quite remember what this particular case was, but it was a clear, very well moonlit night. I never turned on the lights because I had no reason to be afraid of the dark. My eyes were already adjusted. I didn't want to blind myself, and the moonlight really, lit up the place. So I remember I walked over to my bedroom door, opened it, and looked down the hall. And at the end of the hall is the bedroom door to my parents. And halfway down on the left is the doorway to the rest of the house, and that's where the moonlight was shining through. illuminated the hallway, and you see that doorway shape from the moonlight across the floor, and it kind of goes up a little bit on the bathroom door that's right across from it on the right. And I remember on this particular night, I couldn't see my parents' bedroom door. It was really dark for some reason, but everything else was fine. So I'm trying to squint my eyes and kind of see if maybe it was the angle or something. And I realized when I leaned to the left, I could start making out the door frame. And I realized, oh, let me look down really quick. There's that beam of moonlight on the ground, and there's a gap in it. And I realized somebody's standing on my side of the hallway. Wow. Yeah. So
you're 5 years old.
Yeah. And I'm looking up to see if it's my mom or dad.
You didn't scream, huh?
No.
I'd be running.
Yeah. But I look to see if it's my mom or dad, and it was a lot taller than my mom because she's only like 5'2", and my dad's 6 foot, and this thing was taller than my dad. And I didn't get the sense of danger. I didn't feel like it was a person. I guess the environment felt more comforting. I just was relaxed. And I'm looking up at this very dark humanoid shape. It looked like I had a head full of hair. I'm guessing Hawaiian, kind of like, just covering the shoulders a little bit. But there was no definition to it. I couldn't make out any facial features, nothing. It was just flat black mass of just a big human. And I'm looking up at it, and I know it's not my dad, but I'm like, Dad? It doesn't say anything. It just stands there looking at me. I'm like, okay. Just take a couple steps back, never took my eyes off it, shut the door, and went back to bed.
Okay. Yeah, that would set the stage for being interested in the unknown and the paranormal and so on. Okay, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, I'm going to start by asking Allie what was her first paranormal experience. So we'll be right back.
Losing weight's a lot harder than gaining it, but with every step, I lower my risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease, and that makes every step very much worth the effort.
Learn how you can help stop diabetes. Visit checkupamerica.org or call 1-800-DIABETES.
So welcome back. We're going to talk to Allie now about her first paranormal experience. So, what happened?
I think my first memory, my first paranormal that happened was I was away at summer camp, of all places, and I don't know, I couldn't tell if I was sleeping or I was mid-sleeping or I was half awake, half asleep, but during this summer camp, they would have festivities with a certain type of masks on. It was kind of like a blank mask, kind of Venice type of masks.
The Venetian?
Yeah, kind of that kind of mask. And I was sleeping / awake, half asleep, and I was looked over, and there was a person kind of like crouched down with this mask looking at me, and I was kind of like startled, but I didn't react, which was weird.
Wow.
I was only probably 9 or 10 when this happened. And then I looked to my other side, and there's another person there looking at me. And I looked past again. It's in a cabin, so there's bunk beds right next to each other, kind of thing, kind of layout. And I looked past the person looking at me, and there's like all these other people looking at different like bunks, just looking at looking at it. And I'm just kind of like, why isn't no one else noticing this but me?
Wow.
And
so how many people are you're seeing all these like entities basically?
Just like with these masks on, white masks, just looking at me. And I didn't freak out, which was the weirdest part of it, but I was just kind of like, okay, this is creepy. And I saw that, and I went back to sleep. And then the next morning, I was asking the other campers, and they were like, I didn't see anything. What are you talking about? And I went to the counselor, because I know she must have been awake. It wasn't like 3 in the morning. It was just like 10 or 12 at night. And I asked her, she's like, yeah, there was no one in here besides me and the other one. And I was just like, what was that?
I'm wondering, I'm hearing your story, and my first gut feeling is it wasn't a ghost, it maybe aliens, actually, by the description. That's what, and it might also be, was that the first time that you experienced, that could have been the first time you realized you had the abilities, the psychic abilities? If you're seeing all this, nobody else is.
Maybe that's, maybe.
Wow, that's scary. I love hearing everybody's stories. So my next question would be, what is your favorite thing and least favorite thing about ghost hunting and the paranormal field? you can. That's a lot of parts. But what do you like about ghost hunting in the paranormal field? How about that?
It's probably the only way I can actually learn about history. In school, I couldn't grasp it, but now that I do my own research on it, I can actually contain the information and actually process and understand and pay attention.
And so that's what you like, learning the history when you're doing in the paranormal field for your cases and so on, and the events that you go on, or expeditions, shall I say. What's your least favorite thing about the field? Do you have a least favorite? Because I got a lot of them.
There's a least favorite, especially with the last one that we did.
You mean Ramblewood?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that, man. I bet I could list that. So, what do you have a favorite or least favorite thing about the field?
My favorite is, I guess, just, I don't want to say the thrill, but kind of the thrill. Also, but I do like helping others, and when people come to us, especially with our last cases, it's more like you care about the people and you want to help them out with their paranormal situations, but also you're learning yourself. You're learning every day about the paranormal, so you don't know exactly what can happen next. I mean, there's so many psychics out there that, especially including me, that can be like, oh yeah, there's a spirit here, but we don't know exactly what they can do next. We can't really, I mean, we can see them technically, but we don't know what they can do next. And it's kind of like a mystery, and it's kind of like there's something about the paranormal that just keeps you coming back.
Yes, and you get hooked.
You get hooked.
You get hooked.
And it's just this, my favorite part is just literally, I'm a history freak. I'm the history nerd here. So I love history. I love, I'm the one that would watch like a documentary about the Civil War or something. This one would be interested in it.
Me neither. I do love the ghosts, but I really get bored when I go to Gettysburg.
Yeah, but I love the history of it. So when we go to when it comes to the Civil War, we recently went to Harper's Ferry, and that's one of the places. And I love connecting the paranormal with the history and what actually happened, And it's just a really big mystery, and that's I love mystery, so it makes sense.
That's great, because I have never really been that into history. So it's all, when you have a team or you have a group, there's somebody that's a techie, there's somebody that's the history buff that loves it, and we all just fall into our own little categories of what we're best at, Do you have so what's the least favorite thing? I'll tell you, there's not enough bathrooms. I like to have a restroom handy. That's what I know you'd asked me about that on Facebook, and I won't repeat what we talked about. But, so there's nothing negative?
There's a negative. I think, which is weird because I'm an owl, night owl. I'm the one that's always staying up till 3 in the morning. But it's weird because when I go to these paranormal investigations, I get tired around that time.
That's strange. And that is
drained, and I'm tired. I'm like, I just want to go to bed.
Well, you know what? It's you're being drained.
Yeah,
it's not that. That's probably when I'm hearing your story. Yeah. Because I'm a night owl too. Man, I can stay up for days. Yeah. But if when you're going to the location and you're getting tired, it's probably because you're psychic. They're draining your energy.
Probably.
That's probably what it is.
And I guess a lot of our investigations have recently been during the cold season instead of the warm season.
That's
so when I do get drained, I would like to go out to nature and have a refresher. But when it's cold, you can't really go do that because you're cold outside.
Yes, definitely.
So
how about you? Any negatives? I know he's thinking.
Yeah. I think it would probably lean more towards the craziest investigations that I don't typically go out looking for, and that's demonic ones.
Yes.
Those are extremely draining. They're extremely confusing. You have to take everything as a lie and just use process of elimination for what truth hasn't been spoken yet in order to really solve a mystery. And some go, our last one went way back to the 1600s, and we had to just dive into some serious records for that.
Wow. Okay, so you just never know what you're dealing with when you get into the negative cases like that. So, where can we find out more about you all? What you do?
Well, A lot of it is, we have like 5 different social media sites, but a lot of it can be found, all of it can be found on our Facebook page. You just look up Legendary Earth on Facebook and you'll find it.
One word, that's what I was going to say. One word, okay. And you also have a YouTube page also by that name?
Yes. The channel is actually The Adventures of Akamu and Allie.
Okay.
Yeah, and we had different playlists for the different things that we do, and the Legendary Earth is on there.
Okay, well, thank you guys for coming, and I know we're going to have you back real soon to talk about some more things. Yeah. Probably very soon. So thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the Evermore Paranormal Network. I hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, peace out.
So in the end, what have I said is only that I'm sure. For all I know about this place is that I call it Evermore.